and little lies. We've got some messages from people wanting to maybe give some love to folk they work with who are good. Reeves has been in touch and she says 100% doing shout outs for Long Being, Fergus Bowden and my co-conspirator Sarah Moy. So there's two people that our Reeves works with who has quite a good time working with them. Paul, if I was listening into this show, I would give you a shout out for being a good co-conspirator and sidekick in the workplace. Is there anybody you've ever worked with that you would like makes your day a wee bit brighter when you were working in your energy companies?
They always say like you have a workplace wife or husband. And I don't know if I ever found that true, but I certainly knew there were a lot of people that did have that weird relationship.
Yeah.
Where they would have, and I don't mean in a kind of
romantic
sense, but they just had that
a partnership.
Person, that they would have a partnership with.
Huh.
Whereas I was like a chaotic good.
Yeah.
There would just be, I would go about like a whirling dervish.
I get you.
And just be like, I'm just trying to take the best out of your life.
So I would go in as a character on my first day because I knew I was usually there like as a temporary replacement and things. So I was usually just there for like 4 weeks to replace somebody who was on training or maybe they just needed a stopover doing things. And I would go in as a character on my first day and then I would just stay as a character for my whole time there.
With voices?
Yeah. I pretended I was like a very silly, pretty girl, even though I didn't have the facade to go with it. I just acted like I was, and it worked.
You fake it till you make
it. But it was the strangest thing in the world. So I like talked in this voice, and I was like, oh my goodness, I don't know how to do anything. I'm so confused, and like life is so hard. And people just did stuff for me. And I didn't have to do anything. People would just come and do stuff and be like, oh, do you need help with that, sweetheart? I'd be like, oh my god, thank you so much. That's like wild. I don't know how to light an oven. It was when I worked for East Renfrewshire City Council as a scone baker. I didn't know how to work an oven.
Was that a good job?
Loved it. Had the best time. I also got to look after the Lord Provost's handbag during events. I loved that job. It was so much fun. And
did the handbag have the big chain, or is that
no? She had on. She would have the chain on her neck, and she'd be like, "All right, go and make me a wee cup of tea, hen, and keep an eye on my handbag." And I would be like, "Yeah, yes, madame." And I just had the loveliest time. I would curtsy and stuff because I didn't know what the protocol was, and
until you realise that the Lord Provost is just someone they pick every year. It's like a different person all the time.
No, that's something. No, Lord Provost is a high honour upon people of Scotland. You get to wear a big chain and go to events, and then a guy comes with you to keep an eye on your chain. There's a chain keeper.
Is there?
Yeah, there's a guy who looks after the Lord Provost of Glasgow's chain and goes with them and makes sure that it's like kept in good.
I wonder if there was a situation where one or where both were in danger. Would he save the chain before he saved the life of the Lord Provost?
I think he'd save the life of the Lord Provost before the chain.
I don't know, but because they're not they've hired someone to follow the chain, not the Lord Provost.
I really wish that we had in fact played Fleetwood Mac Chain. Is that one of their songs?
Chain,
the
yeah.
Chain. Instead we played Little Lies. We missed the trick.
If you have ever been the security guard for the Lord Provost's chain...
Yes. Let us know what the protocol is.
What is the protocol? Is it chain over Lord Provost?
I think it's Lord Provost over chain. Also...
But they have a different Lord Provost all the time, but the chain stays the same. I think they're saving the chain.
How? Okay. I genuinely thought being Lord Provost was like a big high honour that you had to like really work hard to get, and now you're saying it goes to anybody, so...
It's like a ceremonial thing that they just go... Whose turn is it this year?
How do I get it to be my turn?
Well, I think you would have to work within the council.
I did. I worked as a scone maker.
I think you have to maybe work... Not to disparage the scone makers, but I think
I also
you have to
reheated
work in
soup.
departments.
That was part of my job as well. Get in touch via text 80295. Let us know if you know anything about this. And if you're a listener outside of Scotland where I don't know if Lord Provost exists, it's kind of like mayors. It is. It's kind of like ceremonial mayors, isn't it?
Yeah, but with little to no power.
I think you're wrong. I think they have lots of power. I think you don't understand what... If the word Lord is in it, that's fancy. That's a powerful word. Do you know what, Paul? I think that you should just stop me. Here's the Smiths.